know what he wants to do when somebody takes a shot. Okay? I know what he's going to do, the 3 breakdowns that he has on the whistle on top. Feel comfortable with it. I know that there's 2 or 3 things that he does on bottom that gives away. If I can't say that, and I look at him and I can't say that, okay, I get scared. So when you're as a coach, you need to look at those areas. Do we know what we do? Do we know what we're doing as a wrestler when we make contact with the guy? What do we do? Do we want elbow control? Do we want an inside control? Are we pretty good at when we don't get control? Can we take a 2-on-1? Can we take something from our opponent? Okay? Are we in position with our head? Okay? Can we pick up our feet and can we sprawl? Can we pick up and defend? Okay? Can we break somebody down and right? Everyone, you know, every guy I have on that wall right there, I'm telling you, every one of them could hold someone down for 1 minute on top. You know, it's a simple thing that you should be able to hold someone down, but you have to have the skill. Okay? So when we make contact, what do we want to do? What do we want to do with our hands? Okay, because the hands is going to be real important. So you need to ask yourself: are we teaching those type of things? Are we teaching what to do with our hands when we make contact, or are we just getting a collar tie and we're sitting here like most inexperienced wrestlers? He's got an elbow and I got an elbow. Okay, this is not coaching. That's instinct. That's easy. Okay, so you need to decide, do we want to work when we make contact? Do we want to dig out an elbow? Do we want to dig out an inside control? That's why you got to teach more than just one set of contact skills, is because some guys, I'll teach elbow control, and I really believe in it, but some guys never feel it. Chris Perry struggles feeling it. But it takes a little bit of time. So if they grew up with just that inside tie, that inside tie, that inside tie, that's what they want. That's what feels right to them. Okay? So it's real important that we send that message. Is how we become better on our feet is when we know what to do with our hands, rather than just laying them on the back of the shoulders. Do I want my underhooks? Okay? I believe, again, you've heard my philosophy a little bit. I like to throw a lot of things out, hit guys with a lot of things, and a few things stick. Okay? That's why we need to teach underhooks. That's why we need to teach a 2-on-1, an elbow tie, an inside control. Okay? Now, here, for the most part, I get guys that know those type of things. And believe it or not, we still get guys that don't know what to do with their hands, that will come out still and lay soft hands on them. Or tie up with a straight leg and bent leg and out of position just because they don't, I don't think because they're lazy as much as it is anxiety of not recognizing when the whistle blows how intense it is, how intense you need to be, how you need to raise that level up immediately so you're physical with your hands, so you're bent knees, so you have position. Okay? So defensively, can we pick our feet up? Can we sprawl? Okay. Do we have a butt drag? Did we cover the butt drag, anyone, this week? Okay, we're going to cover that. Okay. Do we have a butt drag? Can we get around? Okay. Because the bottom line, in high school, I think defense is as important as anything that you do, because there is a lot of shots. People shoot out of mostly panicking. Okay. And on top, I make it simple on top. And you should make it simple. Do we have a ride? Can we run a spiral ride? Okay. Off the whistle, do we have an ankle? Okay. What is our 30-second? Eventually, you know, you got to go into 30 seconds left in a period. How are we going to ride him? We're not going to try to pin him. If I need to ride him, if I'm up by one and there's 30 seconds left, okay, I'm not looking for a pin. I'm looking to keep the guy down, not to give up a point. Do we have those tactics? Okay, 30 seconds left, I'm on bottom. Okay, what are my tactics are going to change from the start of the whistle in the third period where I got 2 full minutes. Okay, why do those tactics change on bottom and I need a point? It's because I know he'll end up on an ankle if I get aggressive and start getting away from it. So I always got to make sure that we're building those tactics in those situations that will allow us to not lose the match because the guy's hanging on my ankle and I can't get away. And the referee doesn't call stalemate fast enough. He doesn't call stalling for the second time. Okay, so 30 seconds left. My tactics is I got to make sure I keep him off my ankles. I always make sure. If I stand up and I got a hand, I know where he's going. He ain't going to do that with 2 minutes left. Okay, because he's going to get dinged for stalling at the period. So building those tactics on top and on bottom and make it and simplify them. What is my first move on bottom? Okay, is it a stand up? Do I want to create action in a switch situation? Okay, the bottom line is whistle starts are everything on top and bottom. If you can get the whistle and you got good habits of getting to the whistle and getting started before your opponent, a lot of times you have success on top and bottom. But that's built in. Okay, and I told you guys at the beginning of the clinic that's probably been one of my faults is not using my whistle enough and not building that whistle start and making those guys hear that whistle on a daily basis, whether we're running, whether we're wrestling periods. Okay, not just whistle starts, but just constantly hearing that whistle. Okay, it's time to go. Okay, it's time to stop, whatever the case may be. All right. Defensively, we covered a little bit with our head the other day. I want to put these guys, and the reason I want to cover this is because, guys, you're going to win a lot of matches if you guys can score out of a butt drag. You're going to win a lot of matches. The problem is guys can't get that corner. They can't move their feet. And if you noticed, everything that we're doing, whether it be down the weight room and up here, we're constantly focused on making sure that we learn to pick up our feet. If he gets better at picking up his feet, he's going to do really well. Okay? But his problem right now is too many people get in on his legs. Too easy. Why? No? Why? Because you got confidence in what? Your scramble. Okay? He's got confidence in scramble. All right? He's got confidence on rolls and good stuff. Okay? But not every time. Please. They sprawl sometimes. And he's getting better. He's got to pick up his feet. Like I said, what he has a habit of doing is he gets his feet a little bit too wide. Okay? And he's tough, and he's going to be tough for us. Okay? He gets them a little bit too wide. And once you get him outside that framework of your shoulders, okay, you slow down. It's hard to pick them up. A lot harder for me to pick my foot up from there, okay, than it is from here. Okay? So anytime I get out, and I'll tell you, I've seen guys have a lot of success with wide stands. You know, I'm not saying that they haven't, but I can't teach a group that. Okay, we'll get our asses kicked if I did that. Okay, it might be better for one or two guys, but I don't see it being better for you because you're struggling picking your feet up. So we got to bring them together so we can pick our feet up. Okay, let's I want to put him into a single leg right now. Okay, we get right here. All right, what's the key things that we would look for here? One, guys, we always cover the head. Okay, simple thing is push the head down. You see guys trying to get over here and they got their hand and they're not pushing the head under. Cover the head, push it under every time. Your hand should be coming up. He's here, push the head under, cover it. I take a lot away from him. Why? Once these hands, drop your head. Give me a lock. Lock your hands. Once that head gets below that lock, he's done. Okay? Only done from a standpoint of him scoring. Doesn't mean I'm going to score unless I do the right things, the right skills. Okay? But he's done. Okay? That's where we always want. Okay? Sometimes I can't do that with just my hip. I can't cover that. I can't get that hip over. His head's up. This guy's wanting to bring his head up. Okay? I got to push it under. So we're always using our hands to put that head to the mat. Now, when I get here, okay, notice my feet are pointing out. Okay, I'm not here. And I'm not too worried if you're on your knees a little bit, but as I start to move, I come off of them, okay? And as I move across the body here, all right, most of the time when we shoot a single leg, or a guy ends up on this side, I put his head to the middle, okay? I'm always going into that shot. What I mean by that is, if he's on my left leg, I gotta move right. I don't go to the same side, okay? I always cover the head. I cover the head and I go away from the leg he's attacking. Now, when I'm digging my feet in here, what I'm doing is sagging. I dig my feet in and I'm dropping back. I'm dropping back as I'm circling. See, I'm sagging. That's how you get heavy. That's when somebody says he felt like he weighed 300 pounds. Okay? It's that technique right there. Now, finishing is important. I'm taking control of something, the butt, the ankle, okay? But I gotta keep him bumped forward here, okay? And I'm always looking to come inside and finish my shot, okay? I like to break him down to the hip. All right, so again, I'm here. He's in on the leg, shove, cover, right here. Roll the hip. Notice how I'm rolling my hips, and now I'm sagging. Keep a hold. Now I'm sagging. I'm sagging as I'm moving in that circle. Okay? Keep pressure on him right here. Keep pressure and driving. Okay?
Are you pulling his elbow up too, as well?
You know what? If you have hip pressure, you don't need to pull his elbow up. But I'll show you a couple things here. Okay? I get in here, I cover, and I'm moving. Okay? Yeah, we can pull the elbow up, but I've never really snapped somebody's lock off doing that. Okay, if he's locked really tight, okay, the only reason I pull that elbow up is to sink my hips deeper in. I want that lock, his lock, I want it right up in my crotch. I don't want him to have a bite on that back of that hamstring. And if he's on that knee, I'm never getting around him. Okay, so I got to take that lock. If he's on that knee right there, I got to take that lock. Now it's on the hamstring. I'm still in trouble because my head's too high on the my crotch is too high on his head right here. Okay, for me to score in a good pressure butt drag, okay, I got to slide my hips off his head. That way I know I'm getting heavy on his shoulders. What I got to go around. Why don't we go around the guy? It's because of what? He brings an arm up. He catches us. He brings his head up. If his arm can't come up to wrap, he can't come up. He can't stop me from scoring. So when I grab an elbow here, it's only to sink my crotch. Okay? And now when I start to move, and at the last, keep your lock. Now, at the last second, I go to the hands if I need help. And when I go to the hands, okay, I cover the knuckles. And I'm digging my fingers right here. He's locked. I go to the knuckles and dig the fingers in to the knuckles. I don't try to peel the fingers. Here, and I peel them. I peel the hand off. Okay? I had to teach this week. Okay? 2 or 3 guys, 2 of my starters. I had to show how to attack those hands. Okay? So I'm here. See where he's got a bite on my thigh? I got to get off of it. I can get off of it by pushing on the thighs and sliding down, or I can get off of it by pulling the elbow up, sliding the crotch in, moving. I'm still going back. Guys, notice I'm digging my toes in and going back. Keep a hold. He's got a lot of flexibility. I'm not quite breaking. I go find the knuckles. Okay. The knuckles, the hand's locked, whatever it is, okay? Find it, cover the knuckles, and I dig my fingers in, and I peel that hand off, okay? Get in there. Yeah. I broke it there, okay? Where I went to his elbow. Don't let me break it when I go to your elbow. So what I did right there is I used it to pop my hips through, deeper, get heavier. Bumping. Always go into him. Don't just walk around him. Put points on the board. Okay? We want to take away his reaction. You guys heard us in practice. After the takedown, I want to see a reaction. I want to see our guys build up. Boom, guys scored 2, and we've scored 1 in less than a second. Okay? Why do you have a chance of doing that? It's because most of the time off the takedowns, we're not busting them down. We're not chain wrestling off that takedown. Just like that butt drag. I can't tell you how many times I've seen a guy do a butt drag, go around him, score the points, the guy up and away in a second. Okay? He's here. Get here. Okay? Why? He ain't coming up here. Okay, taking that away. Teaching your guys off the takedown, go to the breakdown. A lot of it's chops. Okay? Why? Because we take the guy down, he's got to post his hands to build back up. If I hit him in a double leg, he's posted hands. Okay? If I hit him in a double leg, I take him down to the hands post. All right? I got to post my hands to build my base back up. Okay? You've seen where there's guys that got great flexibility and got great power in the lock, and you end up stalemating this. Okay? You should not be stalemating this. I don't care who you are. You can break their lock as long as you're doing it with your hips. Sometimes I can go back there to the hand and grip that hand and be able to peel, but sometimes I can't peel. There's some guys I can't peel, but I got to tie my hips into it. I tie my hips into this thing and get good hip pressure. Okay? My hips are also breaking that lock. Okay? I need both of them. So as we're going around, remember, everything's retreating. So I'm sticking my toes in the mat. Put your toes in the mat. Put on your hands. Sprawl your legs back. Get your legs back. Hips down. Hips down. Digging my toes in and moving back. Go. Okay? Here. Here. I'm reaching. Grabbing the mat. Reaching. Grabbing the mat. Reach with your feet. Pull forward. Pull your toes forward. No, going back. Reach. Reach. Don't do it. No, don't use your hands. I want you to use your feet. No, look at me. Reach with your toes. Pull back. You're not doing it? There you go. Pull back. Don't use your hands. Pull with your feet. There you go. That's what we're doing. Come here. Come on. Getting heavy. I wouldn't go this slow. That's the idea. And I'm doing that as I'm moving around. That's when you get heavy. Heavy. Gotta have a butt drag. You gotta be able to score in a butt drag. Okay? It's too easy. It's the same as a takedown, boys. It's a 2-pointer. Okay? Any questions in that butt drag? Any what ifs? What's the situation sometimes that we get into? Again, I'm here, shove the head, cover the head. I always post. I'm just trying to get my hips in this game. Heavy. Notice my hips are off his head right now. They're on his shoulders. Okay? Here's what I'm doing to him. Okay. I put pressure right there. Right there. Okay. I'm not putting pressure here. Okay? I get pressure here. He pops between my legs. I lose the position. Okay? I can't give him that. I got to get off his head. My pecker can't be on his head. Okay? I got to be down, down. Grab it, grab it. As I'm scooting, scoring. Okay. Any questions? Situations, yeah.
The big problem we got is when you break the lock, we go to
Last second.
we go to turn, we go around it. We start bringing our legs towards it, and they start getting the leg again. What do you think is the best drill
What do you mean?
for that? When you are flat there after you break his lock.
Oh, shit, I actually asked. I know there's a lot of situations.
Oh, if you're,
Oh, you're in on my leg. Okay, I'm here, I break the
lock.
Right, I get
And
it.
then instead of being out like that, you start bringing it
Yeah.
back in.
Yeah,
And then
well,
back
what they do is they get in a hurry to score.
Right.
And what do they want to do? They want to spin. In order to spin, you got to bring your knees back underneath you. There's no spinning in the bud drag. Okay, there's only spinning in the south side. You know, you hit a shot on me and you never touch my leg. I can spin. Okay, but once you're on the leg, it's a grind out. So here's the situation. He's right. I get here, I bust, I bust, I bust. And once I get here, I'm going to do this. Okay, and he comes back and grabs. Okay, so the thing just to remember, not so much is there something you can do in your drills, okay? It's just this. When I break the lock, I won. Okay? Don't get in a hurry. Keep pressure. Don't get in a hurry to score unless there's a time situation. Don't get in a hurry. Don't get greedy. Well, get greedy, but under control. Here, I keep my hips down until I score. Okay? That's why in so many situations, guys that hit good butt drags, there is a point that follows it. Okay? I get the two, but I lose the point. Because I really got to keep my hips down. Grab, grab, grab. I really got to keep my hips down right here. That's why I'm grabbing that butt. Now I like taking this hand, I like coming back and getting this arm in over, okay, or under, all right? But keeping pressure on him. And that way he can't get back to it. If he tries to get back to that leg, I isolate it. Okay, it's a good question. You see that a lot. Joseph Smith, my son, is an idiot about it. He bends his knees every time. Got great hip pressure. It's great hip pressure and he's here. And as soon as he breaks the lock, he starts doing this. Okay? He lets the pressure off. Just keep the pressure down. Don't raise up. Stay down and move your feet. Let your feet do the work. Let your feet score for you. That's a good term right there. Let your feet score for you. Okay? Let your feet do it. Not your head and chest. Trying to get around it. Stay down. Pressure down. Let your feet keep moving in that circle. Keeping that distance and pressure applied to them. Yeah, anyone else?
When you reach for the butt drag, you're reaching over the top rather than around them.
Just depends. I feel with him, he's a little bit taller. I feel like I get a better grip here. Okay. Just a lot of it's, are they compact, short, stocky? I think either way. I like that ankle. If I can reach and I got long arms, get that ankle, I can promise you, one of the things with the butt drag, sometimes you don't score is because it keeps spinning. You know, we just keep spinning. That's why, if I can get to that ankle right here, you know, it stops the spin. Okay.
I noticed in the practice you guys were telling your guys to look for cradles off of that too. Do you guys work a lot of cradles with your butt drag setup?
Remember, okay, there's two different areas in defense that you got to perfect. Okay, one is he's on my hips, meaning he gets to my legs. To me, it was the easiest for me for me to coach. In coaching, it's easy for me to coach that. Butt drags, the little rolls we were doing, okay, things like that. We've pretty much been pretty good with that. Okay. The other part of the defense is when the head is on the chest. When he didn't get to from my head to him. This is a whole different level here. This is the tough stuff. Real tough. Okay? Now, that's where you're going to be most of the time when you got good wrestlers. Okay? Good wrestlers don't let guys on their legs all the time. Right? Okay? So there's two areas. He's got to my leg, he's here. Everything's hips. The other areas, he takes a shot, and I get here. I got to be able to score. I shouldn't be giving that up. Okay? Those are your front headlocks, your knee taps, your go around. We were working ankle from here, getting the ankle, and him immediately turning into us because he's trying to not give up the takedown. He's got to, boom, finding that crow. okay? And it's a good little defense. I'm going to go into that. What are we doing? What are we focused on? We focus on the head for this. I'm looking for that ankle, running it down. Okay, getting to the ankle. Heading the side if we want. A lot of times we'll pull the head down and score the point. Okay? Looking for the ankle. This is when they don't touch. Okay? What have we historically done? Historically, we've stayed out in front thinking of a front headlock. Okay? Now, I'm really going to, first year I've coached this, really put emphasis on creating the angle and get to the ankle. Okay? Now, I'm watching just a second. I'm watching the Olympic level now. The best wrestlers in the world do it. Okay? And this is what all of them are doing. Most of them. Okay? They're not front headlocking. They're not trying to cheek tilt you out of a front headlock. They're going to get the point. And they're moving. Now, I'm not working with the best wrestlers in the world. Some of them could be. Okay? So this is speed, but it's moving your feet again. It's moving your feet to the score.
You still got like kind of like a short arm in there when you go to the ankle.
I like to cover the head. It's right here. I don't need anything. And forearm coming to the head. Okay? So look, you got the shoots. Yeah, maybe the chin, but it's real short. What I really want is this. Okay? Daniel Cormier, a lot of guys won't grab the chin. I felt it, maybe a little bit. But I want that elbow up and over the head. I want to pull that head down. Catch the ankle. Okay? And then from here, just depending on what he does, he's got to turn away. If he feels that cradle, he's going to turn his head away. Okay? We'll go through it. Real simple. Look for the ankle off the shot. Look for the ankle. How we get to the ankle is like this. Okay? I'm coming down and I'm wrapping so I can pull. Okay? Good technique. A lot of good guys. Seen some guys already have success in the room with it. Really good. He's had success with it already in the last month. Okay, when he picks his feet up.
Coach, do you guys still do a lot of the head in the hole kind of stuff?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Still good stuff. Just to remember this, though. This is the critical time. This position here is what you want to master. Front headlocks, knee taps. Okay? I do a lot of body locks. Some guys do body locks. I wouldn't, unless I have a real talented wrestler, I wouldn't teach this. Okay, this is tough stuff. There's a lot of development in there. And there's a lot of options other than that. Okay. Any questions? Any other of those situations? In that butt drag. Okay. Stand up. High crotch. Focusing on our defense and our high crotch. Okay. Or double leg. Either one. Head gets to the outside, okay? I get beat, he gets in, okay? Easy stuff here. And what we got to remember here is once they've made contact, okay, I will get beat if the head remains outside, okay? There's two things that I can do. I put pressure into it, and I straighten that, and I take that same leg, I take the shoelaces to the mat, and I lay across his head. See what I'm doing? Okay? He's in, shoelaces to the mat, and I lay across the head. So I'm almost perpendicular to him. All right, I'm just giving you an example. I'm not going to do that in a match. But he shoots, boom. I'm leaning. I'm leaning. As I'm doing that, I'm hitting him right here. Okay? He's trying to suck that knee in right here. He's trying to suck that knee in, and I'm straightening it. Okay. Power. You got guys short and stocky, keep them on this. Okay. Power. Your power wrestler would be good at this. Okay. Again, he's here. Boom. See, I reach here, and he's going to be trying to battle. Okay. I keep my feet moving. I'm doing the same thing. Digging my toes in, and getting back. He's got a little hand on the leg. He's got a little hand on the leg. Okay, how do I get it off? Okay, I don't get it off circling. I get it off circling and going back. That's how the fingers fall off the leg. Okay? And have you seen kids in butt drag situations or with one leg and they just circle at that same depth level and they end up there and they're here and the ref's not getting the points. Okay? Where if they would have started from out here and started moving those hands, you peel the hands, okay, with your hips, and of course you peel the hands with, grab the lock. Come on, grab it. Grab it. Grab it from there, son. There you go. Okay, I get here. Right here. I'm peeling. I just broke his lock with my hips and my feet. Okay, I didn't even have to go back and grab it. Digging that toes in. Driving those hips in. Okay. That you may not have seen a lot of you guys in here. We cover that defense from a high crotch. I've always been pretty much committed to always bumping the head and putting it back in the middle. But I've come a little bit more of a believer of this after watching a few guys, and it's just good. Just getting in there and feeling it, you feel why they're having success with it. Okay, passing the head to the middle, which would be 7 of every 10 wrestlers. I'd be making sure they're passing it back to the middle. Okay, just for a lot of purposes. Okay, if I get beat on the high crotch, I look at it this way. Guy gets in deep on my hips and he's up this high. Okay, he's got a big advantage right here. Okay, his head's on the outside. All right, he's in a good position. Okay, doesn't mean that I'm going to lose this. Okay, but a lot of times it doesn't mean I'm going to score either. Okay, my goal right now is against a good wrestler is to break even. Okay, and I can break even, but for me, I need to get his head back to the middle. So I'm bumping, he hits, I'm bumping him and slamming that head in the middle. Changing hands if I can. Changing hands and I'm posting it as I drop this leg back. And as I do this, as he hits, as I bump, he gets in, as I bump and I pass the head, I'm also doing this. Taking that leg away from me. Okay? Pushing the head down, bump, pushing the head down, and taking that leg away from me. Okay? Boom. Game's still on, still got a bite. Got to score. How am I going to score? Look how flexible he is. Look at his shoulders. He's got his lock above his head. Most guys break the lock right now. Okay? Most guys can't do this. I can. Most guys can't have it. Most guys, when they drop their head on them, they can't. See how he raises his hand? Drop your head. Raise your hands off the mat. Keep your head down. There may be one guy in here that can do that. But these kids that are 20 years old, 18, 17, they can do this. Okay? I used to do it. I could raise them up that high. Okay? You know? So, I keep going back to let's make sure we recognize what I'm saying. The butt drag is about that finish. It's about the hips. It's about breaking that lock. Okay? We all can teach a butt drag. But what do you do at the critical time when you get the angle and I'm only this far away from scoring? Okay? Back, back. Break that lock with your hands. Break that lock with your hands. I pass the head. Okay? Pass the head. Stuff. Get a lock. Get a lock. Break it. Break it. Everything's back. Keep a hold of it. Keep a hold of it. Tight. Hard as you can. Patience. Instead, we'll do this. We'll do this. Okay? You learn anything, take anything from it, take that part that, hey, this is where we're going to get better at. The last little bit of this. We're going to plant those toes and we're going to move back and drop that hip pressure and break that lock because we're moving back. We're moving back. We're extending him. Okay? Bump, pass. Bump, pass. Leg goes back. Stuff, butt, ankle, butt. Still got the leg. Right there at that angle. Once I create that angle, okay, right here. I feel his head's topped out. I'm not touching his head anymore. Right here. I've got a lot of weight right now on his right shoulder here. And all I'm doing is, my pecker is right here on the top of his shoulder. Excuse my language here. Okay? And all I'm doing is sliding it down. Sliding off of it. Heavy. Okay? Guy hits a double leg, I bump. Guy hits a high crotch, I bump. Everything leaves. High crotch is a setup, you do know that, right? Right? The setup. You can't hit a high crotch, really no finish. High crotch is a change off to a double, it's a dump. High crotch to a dump. Okay? It's really just this type of setup. We're hitting here. Where do we go? Double, dump, pop, okay? He hits, okay? I bump, I pass, okay? I learned this, guys, my freshman year in college, okay? This bump and pass, and I'm telling you, it won me. It's the reason why I won 6 world titles, okay? Because I got so good at it when guys would beat me. I mean, post me, caught me reaching, would hit me with hard doubles, okay? My instinct, just right when they come up, bam, bam. I just shift him, you know. He's out here and I can caught me reaching, and he was, boom. I mean, I just jarred him, I met him like a punch. So, you know, it gives you a double weapon that now I can occasionally give up my legs and still win the battle, okay? Or at least break even, all right? I love this thing, okay? I'm watching my own son develop this, and he's getting good with it. Okay, his finish at the end is garbage right now. Okay, but his bump and pass is good. So it keeps you in the games when you got a defense, when you get your butt beat by a post. Okay, post, guy hitting a double from outside. You know, right here. I'm in it. I'm in it. Just that instinct of bump, pass. Bump, pass, push. Bump, pass, push. Bump, pass, push. Okay? When I bump, okay, and I pass, what's the thing I do when I pass? What's the same thing happening? Moving my feet, moving my leg. Okay? So same way with doubles. Okay? Easy stuff. I showed Clayton Foster this, and for God love him, he's one of the hardest workers in my room. Feet, not real. Kind of had stone in those shoes of his. Had a hard time picking up his feet. But he was 3-time All-American, national finalist. If he didn't have this, I'm not sure he could have ever been an All-American. Because people got to his right leg over and over again. He just had this. Okay? Now, the thing that you want with this bump, pass, and push is sometimes when you bump and pass, of course in college, we're getting a little bit more technical with the level of skill that these guys have. Boom, they're up. They're not gonna, once I bump and pass, their head's coming up and coming up into their single leg. Sometimes I can't get that head down. So I gotta just release it. Give it up. Okay, I bump and pass, and he's in already. Okay? Here, I can win this. Okay? As he picks it up, I go to the armpit. I go to the wrist. Okay? And I don't care if I get, when I say the wrist, it doesn't have to be the wrist. I can be right here, this high. Okay? I'm in the armpit here to the wrist here. And everything's pulling up. I'm going to make him feel my weight. Here, I take my foot out of the middle, take it to the outside. Now I bend at the waist. Had problems with teaching this already this year. Guys want to just bend here. Okay? I'm going to bend my leg a little bit, but I'm also going to bend my waist a little bit. I'm going to do this. Okay, so when he's in here, okay, I get that right here. Okay, and now I just put a hammer to him. Put that shoulder to the chin. Okay, I can go right into a turn. Take down from here. I can slide in my single leg. Clayton Foster was bad. I got a lot of guys good with this. A lot of them. The problem with this is freestyle is just the opposite. Okay, we can't let that leg get up. Because once he gets that leg, he ain't worried about scoring, he's just gonna start running. You know? So, although I'm teaching skill, that eventually we'll have to change. But this is good. Easy stuff, guys. This isn't hard. This is stuff you could teach a beginning wrestler. Well, maybe not a beginner wrestler, but somebody's got a little bit of body coordination that's maybe been in the wrestling. This is easy stuff. Easy. Okay? Chesbro was a genius on this stuff. Okay? I mean, a genius on little things like this that made his team so good. Go again. Bump pass, it comes up. See where I'm at? Catching. Right hand in the armpit. Doesn't do a whole lot. And I'm sliding down. So I'm bending the knee a little bit, but I'm not staying square with it. See how I've got to the angle a little bit? Right into you. Inside out trip. Okay. Leg defense with the leg up, this situation. Do your kids justice. Put a lot of time in there. You want to win more matches? Get their defense better. Get their defense better. Because one thing about defense, and I'm in college, we're about whistle blows, let's go score points. Okay? But the problem is, but the thing I've got is I've got some talent. I've got some guys that got a lot of experience, got 15 years under their belt in wrestling. I get to treat it a little bit different. If I was a high school coach and building a program until I built it to the level I wanted, I'd be focused a little bit more on defense from the standpoint of, you know what? The one thing about defense is, if you get good at it, you get good because you're always in position. You always got bent knees. You're always picking your feet up, okay? Those type of things. We're always using our hips. And you noticed that Gary, when he was talking down there, how good Coleman was with his hips, the 3 points. Okay, you can see it in here. He's watching that duck under. You know, guy's dropping his head to here and he's still getting underneath him. Right? That's hips. It's all hips, you know. Guy's here and I'm getting underneath him. Okay, head's right in here and I'm still finding a way. It's the same way with defense. His defense is better because of his hips. So the good thing about defense is it does develop the hips and the feel of your hips, position, the bent knees, or you can't be any good. Okay? Picking your feet up, guys. Remember this. If you take anything out of this clinic, create situations in your practice where your kids are constantly having to pick their feet up. Stance in motion, those little motion drills we did. Everything he was doing down there, he didn't show you that. The hurdlers, everything. We're picking our feet up. The little ladder, you know, and that's important too. You know, this guy picks his feet up this year, he's going to win, right? He's tough. He's an eagle. He's got to be tough. All right. Anything you guys would like me to show before we go into anything else? What time? Okay, got about 10, 15 minutes. Anything that you haven't seen you want me to?
One last thing, Coach. I noticed you were bumping as soon as they come in. What if my kid doesn't bump immediately?
It doesn't. The thing about it is somebody shoots, he hits a double leg. Say he hits the double leg, okay? And I feel the drive's coming next, I pass it, okay? I may not get the bump as much, but I want to throw my head and chest up so I can get the head in the middle, okay? I want to get my head and chest up so I can get the head to the middle. You follow me? Here's what absolutely you got to watch for with your kids, okay? And I had to correct 2 of my starters this week on this, okay? There's no place, okay, to bend over. If we're going to have good defense, you're going to have those kids that are going to be rollers. The reason people right now are getting to Tyler's legs a little bit more is because he's confident in being able to drop off to an ankle, rolling it over the top. You guys know what I'm talking about? He's confident in that. Okay? But what is he doing to do that? Okay? Just the opposite of having good defense, right? Okay? We're bending at the waist, over the top. Okay? So my point is, going back to your question, is that I like some of that, but we got to get our head and chest and our hips down. I got to get them in. Get them in. I got to meet him. Okay? Get my head and chest up rather than falling over. You've got to be careful with them falling over. I don't know why people grab around the waist. You know, I don't. Okay, I know why I did. Remember Wade Liberator? Remember him? Where was he at, if you remember?
First Southern Baptist Church.
That's right.
He
He used to have a paddle when we went over defense. And if we fell over the top of them and grabbed around their waist, pow! It's true. That was out of Baptist Church, boys. Do you remember? Huh? That's right. So, pop, pass. Okay. That's why a lot of times you struggle with that. It's because that's your first line. You know, getting. I don't mind that being a part of your defense. Okay, but you bump a little bit and you're passing those heads in, and then bam, it's a little different. You're gonna peel them off your leg a little bit rather than so tight. Okay, that answer? Anything else? No? Huh?
Kind of along the lines of defense, coach, with the way scrambling has evolved so much. What are you guys, scrambling
Well, that's a good question. And the reason defense is, we've gone to see more scrambling in defense is why? True. Did you ever see Johnny Hendricks scramble?
No.
Did you ever see Eric Guerrero, Coleman Scott, Steve Mocco? Pendleton was scrambling full. Johnny Thompson, Zach, okay, hip pressure. You end up scrambles because just what I said, we take the hip pressure off people reaching over the top or falling off, they're doing some things, But there is some things that you got to be ready for, and one is, if I get in, and the one where the guy goes to the leg, the most popular one, you're catching my ankle and rolling me through, okay? No, just turn into, right here, come on. Okay, guys in on a single leg, takes the waist, leg. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You see this one, right? Is this what you're talking about?
Yeah, just any.
Yeah, these type of situations, yeah. We hit a good single leg, hey, and the guy can hit a good single leg, okay? And we roll, we just always make sure we're hip hoisting and letting go of the leg. The guy that wins this is whoever gets the highest. On all scrambles, on any scramble, in that process of scrambling, I can promise you two things happen. One, somebody breaks. Okay, somebody breaks. The great thing about scrambling is this, is that it's the best chance of breaking a guy in a match. Okay, if I end up in a scramble, I may end up, because I hit a good shot, and the guy fell over the top and he got to my ankle, and I didn't want him getting and we begin to start a scramble of scoring. In that process, whoever wins that, okay, likely somebody's breaking, meaning the match turned hard in your favor. Okay, see it all the time. All right, back here. So I'm here, I row. We always let go of the leg. Get our heads high. Let go of the leg. We get our heads high. Okay? Anytime, in any of these situations, always release. If I keep a hold of the leg, my head's going with them. Okay? If he keeps a hold of my leg, as we roll and we get in the scramble, he keeps a hold of my leg. My head's higher. Because he didn't release. Always. Okay? I'm in a high crotch. I'm in a high crotch. He's in my crotch. Okay? I can't show every situation, but and he's lifting me over. He's lifting me over. Come on, come on. So keep a hold of the leg, get your hips out. I'm in trouble. Ah, damn, Tyler. Okay, get in there and lift me. No, knee, let go. And up higher. Doesn't mean I scored yet. I still got this to deal with. I'm gonna come across anytime the reverse lock, always come across. You know we can lock our hands here. Okay. You don't see this very often, guys doing this. There's no points yet, guys. Okay? There's no points. And it's not an illegal headlock because I don't have it up in my armpit. I'm ripping him off that leg. Okay? God, there's hundreds of situations from this. It always leads back into just releasing the legs. You know, I'm here, and on a low single leg, he's in my crotch. He's lifting me up. Okay? He's trying to take me over. You see guys all the time. Keep a hold of that leg. Wrestle, wrestle, wrestle. Step up. Come on. Whatever I do, I gotta release. Do it again. When you go, release. Game's still on. He's still in my crotch. Okay, but I'm not in trouble. My head's higher. All scrambles. Every scramble you ever see. We get right here. Things we were working yesterday. Okay, where we're sliding off. He's in deep on around the ankle. Okay, where we're sliding off the head. Okay. This is going to end up in a scramble. Now I'm in better position to win this scramble. Okay. As I fall off, wrestle. Bring it in. I gotta get a little snake. Okay, so I'm in shape. I'm in just. Always remember, dude, when you end up in scrambles, whatever side your leg's on, get your body over there. Don't ever be crisscross. That's where you're going to lose. If you ever splits my body, get in. Just do one of your scrambles. Go. No. Let me have you scramble, bud. Come on. Let's just go here. I release. Okay. Take it over. Take it over. Okay. Don't ever wrestle with one leg on one side. Always follow the leg. If I've got a foot over there by itself, get over there. Okay? Don't stay split. This is where you lose. Don't stay split. Get your feet on the same side where you got some power to fight it. Okay? And if you just keep that in mind at all times in scrambles, okay? You don't have to be a great coach to show the exact skill. Just remember, body on the same side. You start rolling, I hit single leg, okay? I hit single leg, come on. He rolls me here, okay? I start to come back, he takes that leg through. I don't stay over here. Come on, wrestle. I'm going to lose it. Okay? Go again, same scenario. That's what you do. Get him off that leg. Right? Gotta get him off. Gotta be physical in there. Because you're getting ready to roll back, right? Stop it. Okay. Pretty tough. From here, I roll. That's it. I cross. Drop off of rolling. Come on, throw it through. Throw it through. Go. Okay. So, easy stuff to remember. A lot of times don't turn the wrong way, don't do 360s. You know, what I chose to do right there is to bring the leg back through. You know, he was here. He dropped off. Okay, I came here. He went back to his lock. Okay, I don't want to be going that way. Bring the leg through, get some height. Yeah, I don't know where we were. Go ahead, wrestle. Go through. What's the one where we go hand in hand? It's off of the high C, isn't it?
No, it's from a roll crotch, yeah. Here. And they try to, and you roll, flip over.
Yeah. Now, back up. I think you're just hitting this a little different. It's, any questions with that? Yeah, that's you know, that stuff over the last 10, 12 years that, you know, as a coach, you either learn that, because you darn sure didn't have it when we were coaching, or when we were wrestling. Okay, so you've either learned that or you haven't. Bottom line, it's here, and it's here to stay for a while, you know. So all those situations were helped me a little bit on teaching them. It's because of freestyle, you hit those freestyle shots, I mean, at all times, and they try to get in your crotch and flip you through, you know, and in order to avoid those 2-point exposure points, you have to be pretty good at your finishes. You know, and if you do give them up, we worked on things where if we did give up a 2-point exposure because we were in on a high crotch, or we got sagged, we got crotch lift, we got to 2. We picked up our 2 points. You know, here we go, I'm going, but I'm getting mine. A lot of hand-to-hand stuff, so a lot of this came from that. It made it a little easier for us to learn. Okay? Any other questions?
Could you show how you do your dump or your crackdown or whatever you want?
Sure.
Not the finishes, but just how you.
Yeah. I'm in on the high C here, okay? Remember, I start from the high C. One of the things that happens with guys trying to work this, I'll be quickly with this, is they want to drop their head, okay? And they drop it too quick, okay? When I get in here and I decide I'm going to lock, first off, I'm wrapping here. I can change off to 2, okay, if I want. If I decide I'm going to dump here, I'm taking the free hand, okay, not the high crotch arm. I'm wrapping the high crotch arm, and I'm taking the free hand and wrapping the top of my hand. I'm not locking here, okay? You see this? This is what a lot of stuff, look at me, look at the lock. This is what you're doing on a lot of your locks. You see this? I want you here, okay? Now, what I'm doing on this is, all I'm doing from here is I'm pivoting. Once I hit, I pivot. And as I pivot, I'm keeping my head high, and I'm sinking this arm deep. Okay? Now, what I've done is I'm trapping that ankle to the mat. Trail leg comes back behind, and all I'm doing is pushing a little bit. As I push, I lay my hips to the mat, and I dump it. Okay? But it's a tight position. Okay? What you see a lot of guys do, and they get in here and they want to dump. They'll get here, and then they'll drop their head. And then they're trying to sling you down. That's when you get in trouble. Then you lose the leg. This is all technique. From here, boom, I've got him. I've got him. All I got to do is lay into him. See how tight I am? So it's not, the less we drop, but yet we pivot, slide deep, okay? Use our feet to buckle him over, okay? So, let's go do it again. Makes it harder when I stand up. I know what's coming. Stand, go. I'll say, there you go, there you go. See, there you go, there you go. Okay? It's harder to do because I'm standing up a little bit, know what's coming. That's the dump. What do we do from there? Look for the head. Look for the head. Elbows stay close to the body. Boom. Don't wait. Feel him going down before his butt hits. I've got him in the cradle. Okay? Reason we miss the cradle is because we don't look for it, or we wait. As he's falling, I'm cradling. Whack. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, fellas. Appreciate you being here. This season, got a lot of good dual meets. if you call the office and you want to bring a team, we'll work with you. Make sure that we can get you here. If you got a budget, we'll make sure we can work with you. Big 12 is here on Friday. For the Big 12 tournament, we have dual meets. We wrestle Iowa State, West Virginia, and